Surah.
البلد
البلد
Cities. The city. The land. The territory. Surah number 90. Ayat.
آية
آيات
Verses. Total. 20. Here, 1 to 10. In. With. By. Of.
بسم
The name.
بسم
In the name.
الله الله بسم الله
The name of.
الله بسم الله
In the name of.
الله الرحمن
The most gracious. The entirely merciful. The compassionate. The beneficent. All merciful.
الرحيم
The most merciful. The especially merciful. The all compassionate. Most rewarding. The dispenser of grace.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
In the name of.
الله
The most gracious. The most merciful. In the name of.
الله
The entirely merciful. The especially merciful. In the name of God. The most gracious. The dispenser of grace. In the name of.
الله
The compassionate, the merciful. In the name of.
الله
Most gracious, most rewarding. In the name of God, the all-merciful, the all-compassionate. In the name of.
الله
The beneficent, the merciful. Next. All to witness, I swear.
بهذا
This, by this.
البلد
Cities. Mecca. The city. The land. The territory. Verses number 1. I do call to witness this city. 1. I swear by this city, that is, Mecca. 1. I swear by this city, Mecca. 1. I call to witness this land. 1. I call to witness this city.
وأنت
And you. And thou.
And thou
حل
Free. Are free from sin.
are free from sin.
بهذا
On this. In this.
البلد
The city. 2. And thou art a freeman of this city. 2. And you are free to dwell in this city. 2. And you are free from sin to punish the enemies of Islam on the day of the conquest in this city, Mecca. 2. This land in which thou art free to dwell. 2. And you, O Muhammad, are free of restriction in this city. 2. And you are dwelling in this city. 2. And thou wilt be made free from obligation in this city.
والد
And the begetter. By the begetter. Parent.
وما
And that which. And what.
ولد
Child. He begot. 3. and the mystic ties of parent and child. 3. And the begetter and what he begot. 3. And by the begetter, that is, Adam, and that which he begot, that is, his progeny. 3. And I call to witness parent and offspring. 3. And by the father and that which was born of him. 3. And by parent and offspring. 3. And the begetter and he whom he begot.
لقد
Verily, certainly,
خلقنا
we have created
الإنسان
man
في
in
كبد
hardship, toil. 4. Verily we have created man into toil and struggle. 4. Certainly, we have created man to be in hardship. 4. Verily, we have created man in toil. 4. Verily, we have created man into a life of pain, toil, and trial. 4. We have certainly created man into hardship. 4. That we have created man into a life of toil and trial. 4. We have certainly created man to face difficulties.
أيحسب
Does he think
أن
that
لن
not
يقدر
has power, hath power over, can overcome
عليه
him,
أحد
anyone?
أيحسب أن
Does he think that? Five. Thinketh he that none hath power over him? 5. Does he think that no one has power over him? 5. Thinks he that none can overcome him? 5. Does he, then, think that no one has power over him? 5. Does he think that never will anyone overcome him? 5. Does he think then that no one has power over him? 5. Does he think that no one has power over him?
يقول
He may say, boastfully. He says. He will say,
أهلكت
have I squandered in abundance? I have wasted
مالا
wealth
لبدا
in abundance, abundant. He may say boastfully, wealth have I squandered in abundance. 6. He will say, I have squandered wealth in abundance. 6. He says, boastfully, I have wasted wealth in abundance. 6. He boasts, I have spent wealth abundant. 6. He says, I have spent wealth in abundance. 6. He says, I have spent enormous wealth. 6. He will say, I have wasted much wealth.
أيحسب
Thinketh he, does he think
أن
that
أيحسب أن
does he think that
لن
not
يره
sees him
أحد
anyone? Thinketh he that none beholdeth him? 7. Does he think that no one sees him? 7. Thinks he that none sees him? 7. Does he, then, think that no one sees him? 7. Does he think that no one has seen him? 7. Does he then think that no one sees him?
ألم
Have not
نجعل
We made.
له
For him.
ألم نجعل
Have we not made?
عينين
A pair of eyes.
The pair of eyes.
2 eyes. For him a pair of eyes. 8. Have we not made for him a pair of eyes? 8. Have we not made for him 2 eyes? 8. Have we not given him 2 eyes? 8. Have we not made for him 2 eyes? 8. Have we not given him 2 eyes? 9. And a tongue and 2 lips.
9. And a tongue and 2 lips.
ولسانا
And a tongue.
وشفتين
And a pair of lips. And 2. 9. And a tongue and a pair of lips. 9. And a tongue and 2 lips.
وهديناه
And shown him. And have shown him.
النجدين
The 2 highways. The 2 ways.
The 2 ways.
And shown him the 2 highways. And shown him the 2 ways. And shown him the 2 ways, good and evil. And shown him the 2 highways of good and evil. And shown him the 2 paths. And pointed out to him the 2 conspicuous ways. Please keep listening repeatedly from start to end of this surah until you understand the full meaning of the following same verses.
Please keep listening repeatedly from start to end of this surah until you understand the full meaning of the following same verses.
Surah.
البلد
The city. The land. City. The town. The territory. Surah number 90. Ayat.
آية آيات
Verses. Total. 20. Here. 11 to 20. But not.
فلاقتحم
He has attempted. He has attempted to pass on.
He has attempted to pass on.
فلاقتحم
But he has not attempted. But he has not attempted to pass on.
العقبة
The path that is steep. The steep path.
فلاقتحم العقبة
11. But he hath made no haste on the path that is steep. 11. But he has not attempted the steep path. 11. But he has made no effort to pass on the path that is steep. 11. But he would not try to ascend the steep uphill road. 11. But he has not broken through the difficult pass. 11. But he has not attempted the ascent. 11. But he attempts not the uphill road.
وما
And what
أدراك
will explain to thee, will make you know, can make you know.
ما
What?
What?
العقبة
The steep path. Is the steep path.
ما العقبة
What is the steep path? What the steep path is. (12) And what will explain to thee the path that is steep? (12) And what can make you know what the steep path is? (12) And what will make you know the path that is steep? (12) And what could make thee conceive what it is, that steep uphill road? 12. And what can make you know what is breaking through the difficult pass? 12. What will explain to you what the ascent is? 12. And what will make thee comprehend what the uphill road is?
فك
Freeing. It is freeing.
It is freeing.
رقبة
Benek. The bondman.
فك رقبة
13. It is freeing the bondman. 13. Freeing a neck. It is freeing a neck, that is, slave. 13. It is freeing a neck, slave, etc. 13. It is the freeing of one's neck from the burden of sin. The freeing of a human being from bondage, with the latter term covering all those forms of subjugation and exploitation, social, economic or political, which can be rightly described as slavery. 13. It is the freeing of a slave. 13. To free a slave. It is to free a slave.
أو
Or
إطعام
the giving of food. Giving food.
في
In
يوم
a day.
ذي
Of
مسغبة
of severe hunger. Privation. Hunger.
Hunger.
ذي مسغبة
Of hunger.
In a day of severe hunger, that is, famine. 14. Or the giving of food in a day of privation. 14. Or feeding in a day of severe hunger, that is, famine. 14. Or giving food in a day of hunger, famine. 14. Or the feeding upon a day of one's own hunger. 14. Or feeding on a day of severe hunger. 14. Or the feeding in times of famine. 14. Or to feed in a day of hunger.
يتيما
An orphan. 2. Orphan.
ذا
Near a
مقربة
Kin.
ذا مقربة
Of near relationship. with claims of relationship.
near of kin,
15. To the orphan with claims of relationship. 15. An orphan of near relationship. 15. To an orphan near of kin. 15. Of an orphan near of kin. 15. An orphan of near relationship. 15. Of an orphaned relative. 15. An orphan nearly related.
أو
Or
مسكينا
an indigent, a poor,
أو مسكينا
or to the indigent, or to a poor,
ذا متربة
in misery, down in the dust, cleaving to dust, out of misery. 16. Or to the indigent down in the dust. 16. Or a needy person in misery. 16. Or to a miskeen, poor, afflicted with misery. 16. Or of a needy stranger lying in the dust. 16. Or a needy person in misery. 16. Or some needy person in distress. 16. Or the poor man lying in the dust.
ثم
Then
كان
will he be. He became. He is.
من
Of. One of.
one of,
الذين
Those who.
آمنوا
Believe.
من الذين آمنوا
Of those who believe.
وتواصوا
And enjoin. And recommended one another. And enjoin each other. And exhort one another.
بالصبر
To the patience.
وتواصوا بالصبر
And enjoin patience, constancy, and self-restraint. And enjoin each other constancy and self-restraint.
وتواصوا
And enjoin. And recommended one another. To, with
بالمرحمة
deeds of kindness and compassion. Piety.
بالمرحمة
To piety. To compassion. (17) Then will he be of those who believe, and enjoin patience, constancy, and self-restraint, and enjoin deeds of kindness and compassion. 17. Then he is of those who believe, and enjoin upon one another patience, and enjoin upon one another compassion. 17. Then he became one of those who believed, and recommended one another to perseverance and patience, and, also, recommended one another to pity and compassion. 17. And being, with all, of those who have attained to faith, and who enjoin upon one another patience in adversity, and enjoin upon one another compassion. 17. And then being among those who believed, and advised one another to patience, and advised one another to compassion. 17. And to be one of those who believe, and urge one another to steadfastness and compassion. 17. Then he is of those who believe, and exhort one another to patience, and exhort one another to mercy.
أولئك
They, those,
أصحاب
companions, are the companions,
الميمنة
the right hand, of the right hand,
أصحاب الميمنة
are the companions of the right hand. 18. Such are the companions of the right hand. 18. Those are the companions of the right. 18. They are those on the right hand, the dwellers of paradise. 18. Such are they that have attained to righteousness. 18. Those are the companions of the right. 18. Those who do so are the people of the right hand. 18. These are the people of the right hand.
والذين
But those who
كفروا
reject, disbelieve in
بآيات
signs, verses,
بآياتنا
in our signs, verses,
هم
they
أصحاب
companions are the companions,
المشأمة
the left hand, of the left hand,
أصحاب المشأمة
the companions of the left, companions of the left hand. (19) But those who reject our signs, they are the unhappy companions of the left hand. 19. But those who disbelieve in our verses, they are the companions of the left. 19. But those who disbelieved in our ayat, proofs, evidences, verses, lessons, signs, revelations, etc., they are those on the left hand, the dwellers of hell. 19. Whereas those who are bent on denying the truth of our messages, they are such as have lost themselves in evil. 19. But they who disbelieved in our signs, those are the companions of the left. 19. And as for those who are bent on denying the truth of our revelations, they are the people of the left hand. 19. And those who disbelieve in our messages, they are the people of the left hand.
عليهم
On them,
Over them,
نار
fire,
the fire will be the fire,
مؤصدة
shut, closed in, vaulted over, all around, will be shut. 20. On them will be fire vaulted over all round. 20. Over them will be the fire closed in. 20. The fire will be shut over them, i.e., they will be enveloped by the fire, without any opening or window or outlet. 20. With fire closing in upon them. 20. Over them will be fire closed in. 20. And the fire will close in on them. 20. On them is fire closed over. Please keep listening repeatedly from start to end of this surah until you understand the full meaning of the following same verses.
please keep listening repeatedly from start to end of this surah until you understand the full meaning of the following same verses.